I've been studying well-known content creators lately and analyzing their winning formula. And yes, they are using hooks and yes, they're consistent, but there's more to it. And in this episode of Content Catalyst, I want to talk about developing a video series and repeatable formats of content. Why? Because this is what is making these content creators go viral and stand out. They are positioning themselves as the go-to experts. Now, one of the things that the head of Instagram recently came out and did a video on is what are the best practices to make a reel. And in it, he spoke about 5 different key points. One of them was obviously consistency with content, but the other was a consistent theme of content. It helps the algorithm understand what you serve, and it also helps our audience understand what your niche is as well. Hey, before we jump into the episode, I want to invite you along for a free video training on how to edit your videos for beginners. This training is going to show you how to edit using a free program called CapCut and on your desktop. Editing on your computer is so much faster and easier. And what I will share with you in this free training is how to import and export your videos, how to add B-roll, music, text, stickers, captions, and get you going. Because if you can create video easier and faster, then you're going to make more content. Check out the details in my show notes for our next free training. All right, let's get back into the episode. If you want to create engaging video content that keeps people coming back for more and binging your content, then this episode is for you. All right, let's talk about what is repeatable themed content. Well, essentially, it's where you have a system or a template that makes you distinguishable. It's also talking about a particular topic in a particular style. And essentially, what it does is help your production process, and it also helps your audience understand what your niche is, what your topic is. So let's look at what the benefits are about having a content themed repeatable format or a video series. Well, it starts with, again, your engagement with your audience. And when you are doing a repeatable format of content, what that looks like is you're talking about a particular topic and you have a particular style on how you deliver it, and then you have particular visual clues or even, verbal clues that it is a repeatable format or a series. A series is where you are taking the information and doing it in parts, or it could be a repeatable weekly topic that you do. And I think about when I was working with a winery and we had Friday drinks live. And so every Friday we had a different topic talking about wine and the Hunter Valley region. And so our visitors and members and customers could tune in every Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Now, what's really interesting is that format was delivered live, and that allowed us to be more flexible with our content, and it also allowed us to be more interactive with our content with our audience as well. And it's really funny because people would say, I see your Friday Live all the time. I don't watch it. And then in about 3 minutes into the conversation, they would start talking about all the things that we had included in our Friday Lives. So people watch from the sides, even if they don't consume every single one of your videos. But what it does is when you have a repeatable format of content, it helps your audience to get to know you better and go deeper with you, and it helps to build loyalty. And that's what it did when we were doing those segments each Friday. It also helps when you are doing especially bite-sizable segments on social media. So you're doing 30-second reels and you're doing tutorial style content. It helps people to binge watch your content. And saying that long-form content enables you to also do binge watching. So for example, if you've got a YouTube channel and you are talking about a particular topic, and I think about when I was doing my website and I was learning Kajabi for the first time, and I was literally binge watching everything I could about how to set up my website. When I first started learning how to do video, I was binge watching a particular creator of everything that they made because I learned so much in there. So and from that, I ended up buying their courses from there as well. So definitely repeatable formats of content and video series help your audience to get to know you better, and it encourages return views, and it also encourages, like I said, return views, but also that binge watching factor, which again helps with your reach and engagement. Um, from a learning point of view, when you are doing especially educational repeatable format of content, it helps to strengthen knowledge because it helps to reinforce the information that you're doing, that you're sharing, and it allows for your viewers also to go at their own pace. And I know, like, I was watching someone's TikToks the other day and they were doing Canva tutorials, and I could go back when I needed them because I've saved them in my playlist, and I can go back anytime I want to go and do some more Canva, learning. And again, it helps us become more memorable. I mean, this is the whole thing when it comes to branding and our positioning. We want people to recognize us first, and we want them to remember us first. So definitely having a video series helps you do that. All right, production. From a production point of view, it's efficient. Now, when you actually have a template of the style of content, so let's take about the background here where I'm filming. I've got all my lights and microphones all set up. And so I come in, turn my camera on, press play, and off I go. I have a format on how I create my content. So if it's a tutorial style video that I'm teaching, I've got my computer here and I can go in, share screen, and that is my format that I do that. So if you can create a space that's conducive for you to show up, again, it removes that barrier, and it helps you to also batch content as well. So, today I've been able to batch up some tutorial videos and also my video podcast. So, yeah, it really helps you to be able to, in pre-planning stage, so you can actually, theme out your month. And then, of course, you can theme out your series if it's a series, and then you can come back and batch up that content. It's also easier from a production point of view when you're editing, like post-production. So if you're talking about being able to have that template, you've got your logos, your captions, your stickers that you have, your graphics, color grading, all of those things make it so much easier in post-production when you are producing in that themed style content. Now, the other thing that it allows for, from a branding point of view, from a marketing point of view, it helps with brand consistency and recognition, because and look, as a multi-passionate person, I am, I can talk about many different topics when it comes to marketing things. I was doing some website, tutorial stuff today, and I was doing, my CapCut editing series that I'm doing at the moment, and now I'm talking about marketing stuff. The thing about when you are multi-passionate, and I was talking to some members of mine this week about this very topic. It's like it's you want to stay in your lane, and sometimes it's hard to know what that lane is. And so the more you can actually just pick one thing that you do really well in your knowledge of expertise and just go down that rabbit hole and rinse and repeat it and get really good at making content. It's a great way when you're starting to make content as well, because what it does is help you get confident in just fine tuning what you're making. And it also helps your audience get to know what you do, but it also helps your rhythm of your workflow. So when it comes to marketing now, if you've got visual clues, so it could be a tagline, it could be your branding colors, it could be what you wear, it could be how you look and present. All of these things help with recognition, and it has the benefit as well, not from your audience, but also from the platform's point of view with the algorithm, that if you're putting out content with the consistent keywords, then the algorithms of the platforms know what your content is about, and therefore it can recommend it more easily as well. Obviously, credibility. When you talk about one topic, you become the go-to expert. Now, my thing is, I don't want to get pigeonholed as the CapCut girl or the the AI girl, but the reality is, I am multi-passionate. I do have a generalist approach to marketing, but my set of skills is strategy. When it comes to marketing, that's my primary knowledge area. My secondary knowledge area is video. So that is where I have, so marketing is where I have the primary years of my life. I've got decades of experience in marketing strategy. The secondary part of my knowledge is video, and I've still got years of that, but not as much as marketing. And then supporting that is AI. So AI helps with marketing and video production, and that is something that I'm learning as I go along as well, because, well, let's face it, everyone is. So they're my three areas. I've got my primary knowledge area, which is marketing, my secondary is video, and my third is AI. But they all work together in this beautiful harmony, but I can actually split that off and create repeatable formats of that content. And what that does, again, it just helps with that brand recognition of what are you the go-to person for, and where do you want to build your credibility. So from a strategy point of view, it allows us to go a little bit deeper in our conversations. So this is going to be a 4-part series, as I mentioned, because this is actually a big topic. And at the end of this month, I want you to be able to walk away with your video series or repeatable formats done. So because it is a beefy topic, I want to break it up for you into bite-sizable pieces. In the next episode, we're actually going to talk about the different types of repeatable formats and the difference between a series and segments, and what that looks like for your business as well. So until the next episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Deb Szabo, and let me know, do you have a series currently? Do you have a repeatable format of your content? And let me know in the comments what that is. Until the next episode, thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now.